way down the road came a jungle partner. He was loaded as can be. Way was knocked out, knocked it and loaded, but he was singing this song to me.
The first live date we did was actually in Hamburg, very close to, we were about a block away from it no longer exists actually, the cavern where the Beatles cut their teeth. And that was one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life, the sort of hour leading up to that show, or the days leading up to that show. And there was a moment actually in one of the hallways behind the stage, before we did that show, I passed a fire alarm on the wall, and I seriously considered just busting the fire alarm, just call the whole thing off, you know, just to bail out, because it was that scary a prospect. It was like a bungee jump and a skydive, all combined into one. But I'm happy to say my nerve held. We've now played just over 100 shows, and each one I think we've been getting better and bigger, and I am now a fully fledged addict. I can't get enough. To play with these musicians is a real thrill. To my mind, so much of this music actually originates with women. The first big stars of jazz essentially were women, Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey and so on. And I want to sort of get back to that. I'm proud to say that I think we sort of have achieved that.
And some of them began to moan.
If I had my way, there would be 160 songs on the record, because I find it incredibly hard to say no to any song. I mean, we started with, it was about that number. The producer, Joe Henry, and I, we were swapping emails with, you know, you ever heard this, what about that, what about that? And we had this massive list. And then gradually you have to start chipping away at it, and we got down to the selection we have now. Right now, I feel like there are so many great undiscovered treasures, and it's one of the thrills of doing what I've been doing is to find songs that, you know, some of the songs, as I say, are very well known, and some are not. Some haven't been recorded since, you know, the 20s or 30s. One of these days I'm going to have to set out and actually commit myself to my own songs rather than songs that I've loved for most of my life. We're just going to keep going until someone blows the whistle and says, no, there's been a terrible mistake. You, back in the bus. It could happen at any moment. But as long as people keep coming to the shows, they buy tickets and they have a good time, which so far I'm happy to say they are. I mean, I have rather crazy ambitions because I feel the show sort of growing and getting bigger and better, and I want to keep going with it because I feel like I can see distant mountaintops where we might actually one day come to rest. Unless somebody says, no, you can't do that, do not pass beyond this point, I'm going to keep going.
You know it rains, oh how it rains, rain too long,